Stations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, KUAM 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia for over 75 years. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
The reviews of Governor Eddie Calvo's State of the Island address are out, and we've got details coming up.
Plus, the latest with the debate on whether we should see a hike in the minimum wage.
And the numbers simply are staggering. We bring you a closer look at sexual assault and child abuse on the island. Half a day, everybody. If you're watching us live on KUAM television or watching us live throughout the world on our YouTube stream, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Well, on the front steps of the nearly completed Guam Museum, symbolizing the island's rich past and our history, Governor Eddie Calvo delivered what would be his 6th State of the Island address, promising a future for the island.
Ken Quintanilla reports.
Well, today, the state of our island is growing confidence.
And just as the sun set before the people of Guam and in front of the beautiful backdrop of the new Guam Museum in Hagåtña, Governor Eddie Calvo delivered his 6th State of the Island address.
More businesses expanded or opened shop this past year. And that probably explains the additional 900 jobs and growing paychecks in 1 year.
This growing confidence, he says, is a result of more people earning money. The poverty rate has reversed and more students are going to college on Guam. But while the quality of life has improved for many, he says there's still more to do. He laid out short-term initiatives to improve the state of the island. He also offered solutions to address the faults and failures in our government. For example, the Guam Memorial Hospital, he says, is bleeding cash and needs a transfusion right away. To help, he is withdrawing his bill that appropriates the legislature's lapses to GMH and instead is asking the legislature to support Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr.'s partnership with the administration in financing $120 million in capital improvements, 30 million of which will be an immediate cash infusion.
We can secure a low interest rate if we do this now. And we identified the repayment source. Now, if we do this, along with Senator Rodriguez's bill that authorizes public-private partnerships, we will stabilize GMH for the foreseeable future.
But looking ahead and 50 years to be exact, Governor Eddie Calvo spoke on the future and his Imagine Guam initiative. During the address, he signed an executive order officially adopting the strategic vision for our island.
Thanks to the imagination of the hundreds who contributed, we now have the basis for a major planning effort that will transform this government and our community.
The executive order would also create the Guam Master Plan, consisting of 8 components.
I know that we can do this. We can determine for ourselves the course that we take to achieve the dreams that we set. In a sense, that is truly self-determination.
This, however, is incomplete until we actually exercise our right of political self-determination. At this time, Governor Eddie Calvo believes we are ready to determine our future and the island's political status. As the chairman for the Commission on Decolonization, he ordered his staff to begin a massive education campaign.
Okay, let's get ready.
And as he said in his address last night, today he submitted a draft measure to petition for a referendum for a political status.
We will aggressively seek the required number of signatures, making this a grassroots decolonization effort. And if by mid-July, we determine that the education campaign is succeeding, then I will file the petitions and we will vote. We will vote finally on our political status.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Guam Election Commission Executive Director Maria Pangilinan says she was unable to accept the governor's draft referendum today because the packet was incomplete. According to Pangilinan, there are 3 types of measures that can be submitted to the GEC to be placed on the ballot. They are a referendum, which repeals laws or sections of law, an initiative, which proposes new laws, and a legislative submission, which would put a question to the voters directly. Each of these measures have different sets of requirements. According to Pangilinan, Pangilinan, although the governor's documents indicated it was a referendum petition, it appeared to be an initiative. She adds Calvo can resubmit the referendum to better clarify its intent. Now, immediately following the State of the Island address, both the Majority Leader, Senator Rory Respicio, and Minority Leader, Senator Tony Atta, gave the governor positive reviews.
I saw a very different Governor Calvo tonight. I saw a Governor Calvo that wants to work with the legislature, and he was very upbeat and kind of conciliatory. And so when I congratulated him on his speech tonight, he kind of said the same thing. And so I think he was extending the olive branch not only to the legislature, but to the entire people of Guam and the community of Guam, to finally say that although he loves America, deep down inside, he's Chamorro.
I think the governor's address tonight, Ken, was very positive. It's very, it's about moving forward. You know, it's very inspiring, and I think that he took us in a time, took us back to time as where we were at, where we are, and where we're going. And I think that in moving in that direction, I think it's inspiring to all the people that to know that progress continues, whether we have obstacles in front of us or not.
Now, during last night's State of the Island address, the Democratic Party of Guam released a series of statements, not just one, but a series, criticizing the chief executive. The Democrat Party says the reason that Governor Calvo wants us to focus on Guam in 2065 is because the island is not doing so well in 2016. And while the governor touted his administration's responsible management of our government's finances, the Democrats say, quote, what he won't say is since fiscal year 2012, Gov Guam is at almost $115 million in total deficits between fiscal 2013 and 2015, end quote. They also went on to say, when you spend taxpayer money like a Kardashian on holiday, that isn't responsible. It's reckless and wrong. That coming from the Democrats. They're quoting a Kardashian. Interesting. You can read these series of statements from the Democrat Party of Guam. There are 6 of them in total, and they are on KUAM.com and the KUAM News mobile app, including that Kardashian comment.
Is there another increase in the local minimum wage looming? A pair of business groups held a forum on the hotly debated topic today, but no one was ready to stake out a position just yet. Mr. Lecanto reports.
The Guam Women's Chamber and the Society for Human Resource Management co-sponsored the event. They brought in economists and representatives from the Employers Council and the Hotel and Restaurant Association to talk about the impact of the most recent hike in January of last year, which raised the minimum wage to $8.25. Rose Morales of SHRM said a survey of members disclosed a variety of negative impacts to businesses, but the biggest concern is wage compression.
Now the employees are going to say, hey, I've been here for 2 years and this person's just coming in and now they're making very similar wage to me and they have zero experience.
And Mary Okada of the Women's Chamber says another presentation indicates the small mom and pops took the biggest hit.
Business owners in many instances have had to increase their hours and spending in their businesses because of not being able to hire additional employees.
But neither group was ready to commit to a position. There is a long-running debate between employees and employers over what is a living wage. Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz is already on record that he is considering new legislation to raise the minimum again. He's waiting on an impact report on the last hike due from the Labor Department this month.
We're hoping that this information is going to be considered in any possible, any future increases, but also to provide, and the most important component is really to provide everybody's voice.
More than likely, I think minimum wage will increase. And so all we're sharing with our members is to just start planning.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
All right, Nestor, thank you so much. In other island news headlines this evening, a man and woman trying to use counterfeit cash have been arrested. This comes thanks to a joint effort between the Guam Police Department and the U.S. Secret Service, as 21-year-old Richard Jesse Billick and 37-year-old Darlene Nayburn were taken into custody for counterfeit cases dating back to February. Officer Paul Tapau with GPD says the case was reported as a man attempting to pass bogus $100 bills in exchange for United States currency. Billick was arrested on 10 counts of theft by deception and conspiracy, while Nayburn was taken into custody for conspiracy, theft by receiving, guilt established by complicity, criminal facilitation, and possession of a Schedule II controlled substance. Billick was booked and confined, while Nayburn was booked and released.
Still to come on your news leader, Guam EPA cracks down on violators.
Plus, we're introducing you to a special 8-year-old doing a mighty good deed, a can't-miss story coming up.
And later in sports, we'll tell you about a Guamanian heading to compete in American Ninja Warrior. Stay tuned. You're watching KUAM.
World at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
Toriano Barker suffered a heart attack earlier this month and was brought to GRMC.
I felt all the pains before, but this one was crazy, and I went straight to prayer, and I noticed that I'm getting more weaker. I dialed 911 on my phone. When I got here, I remember telling one doctor, he kept asking me all kinds of things to try to keep me talking, keeping me alive, and I started to hear that other people saying, he's going out, he's going out, he's gone. That was the scariest part of my life. Honest, I'm so happy, man. The staff took care of me. They came to me like they really want to take care of me. You know? These guys saved my life.
A Joint Commission accredited hospital where you're covered by Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, as well as Select Care, Stay Well, and Medcare. GRMC, where patients are partners.
Spin into spring with Triple J Auto Group. Spin to win cash. Kmart, Home Depot, Micronesia Mall gift certificates, and more. Get unbelievable deals in all 2015 and 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck, and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Spin into Spring sales event. Get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Primetime continues right here on KUAM. Thanks once more for watching. Well, my friends, according to the most recent statistics, more than half of the reported sexual assault cases on Guam involved children.
Tonight, we take a closer look at the problem and the unsung heroes who are dedicating their lives to help the victims. Crystal Paco reports.
From the Guam Department of Public Health and Social Services, social worker Mari Blas.
Every day they put on their imaginary capes.
We men and women at Child Protective Services would put on our superhero capes and fly to those children of the island who are crying and need our help.
In 2012, Guam's Healing Hearts Crisis Center received close to 140 sexual assault cases. Over 100 of those cases involved minors. And more shocking, more than half of the cases reported show the perpetrators were family members of the victim. Working the front lines are social workers like Mari Blas.
Oftentimes, we CPS workers do not know what we're walking into. It can be traumatic to walk into a child's home and see their living conditions. It can be traumatic to have to take the child out of the home in order to keep them safe. And it can be even more traumatic to face the reality that this child may not be able to go back home.
While it was a solemn ceremony, a proclamation was signed to recognize the Guam Coalition Against Sexual Assault and Family Violence, the Healing Hearts Crisis Center, and others like Blas.
We're not here to celebrate anything in particular, but more importantly is to bring awareness of a situation that plagues not just our island of Guam, but in essence, of course, we say the nation, but really the world.
Also recognized were advocates like Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, who was presented the Visionary Voice Award of 2016. Earlier this year, the Vice Speaker was named the head of the Commission to Address Sexual Assault Cases in the Schools. The commission was started after University of Guam psychology professor Dr. Michael Ellert was alleged to have sexually assaulted 2 female students. Shortly after, UOG and the Guam Community College announced zero tolerance policies, with the Department of Education anticipated to follow suit.
There has to be a zero tolerance, no fraternization of any kind between faculty, staff, and students.
Together, Blas says, we all can be superheroes.
We at CPS do what we do because every minute of every day, these children need a superhero. And that superhero is every one of us sitting here today. They need to be supported. They need to be resilient, and they need to move forward and grow stronger.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
While the Attorney General of Guam may have concurred with action taken by the Department of Land Management, former Senator Robert Klitsky says he's not satisfied. Klitsky has raised concern over the past few months over an error with the certificate of title for the Redemptorist Mother Seminary in Jonya.
The Attorney General's memo was too little, too late. It was wrong on the law, wrong on the facts, lacking in transparency. It raised more questions than it provided answers, and it missed a golden opportunity to clear up what has been a very sloppily handled matter that began on October 30 of last year.
This week, JLM Director Michael Borja asked AG Elizabeth Barrett Anderson for clarification on legal advice they received from an assistant AG in the Solicitor's Division on how to resolve the error. The AG says she concurred with the administrative resolution DLM took. Klitsky believes the matter is still not resolved and still wants the documents requested through a FOIA request he sent to DLM this week. That deadline was today.
Well, after an illegal dump site was found at the old Tijan Carnival grounds, both the Mayor's Council of Guam as well as the Guam Environmental Protection Agency teamed up and they identified the culprits. Here's Acting Administrator Yvette Cruz.
We are working with the Mayor's Council and a written warning was issued and efforts are underway for them to clean up the site, and they have a deadline to meet, which is June 30 of this year.
She tells KUAM News that the party found responsible for the illegal dump site was identified as the Guam Liberation Historical Society Foundation. The issued warning is a step before the formal notice of violation and requires the entity to clean up a specified portion of the illegal dump. Cruz said the site included a mix of different streams of solid waste.
A fire weather watch is in effect for Guam until next Tuesday. According to the National Weather Service, dry conditions with marginal winds will increase the fire danger through the weekend. Any fires that develop could spread rapidly, especially along north and east-facing slopes. Outdoor burning is not recommended as flying embers and ash may start spot fires downwind.
Well, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, we have the perfect activity. So listen up and get out your Google calendars because you want to jot this down. U.S. Naval Base Guam is inviting you to come out to the second annual Myla Hallam concert, with a headliner being an American Idol finalist.
American Idol finalist. So she's quite popular, and we hope that that also draws some of the community out, you know, to come on in and enjoy the music, enjoy the static displays. We'll have people that'll engage and talk with you. But it's really just an event to say, hey, we appreciate your support to us, and therefore we'd like to have you come on in.
That was Navy-based Public Affairs Officer Jeff Landis, who said the Pacific Fleet Band, Steo Velicious, and the Heart Takers and Soul Drop featuring Leia will also take the stage. Barbecue, beer, and other refreshments. I got your attention with that one, didn't I? We'll make it a fun event for the entire family. Last year's concert drew 6,000 participants. It takes place April the 2nd from 4 in the afternoon until 8 p.m. at Polaris Point. Now, we just want to add, if you have the KUAM News mobile app, you will get a reminder. So make sure to Download the app when the party starts.
Well, it is the start of the weekend, and what a better way to kick it off than with a feel-good Friday story.
Here is the amazing tale of a remarkable girl. Meet Mighty Madison.
Thank you everybody for coming to my party.
When a birthday rolls around, most kids can't wait to open their gifts. But not 8-year-old Madison Spence.
Instead of getting birthday presents for my birthday party, I decided to get donations.
The Mighty Madison, as I like to refer to her, did a mighty good deed.
I decided to get donations for the ambulance for the kid, for teddy bears for the ambulance for kids who are sick and who are hurt, who have to go in the ambulance.
Her parents, Father David, a hero in his own right, having served 24 years in the U.S. Coast Guard, and her mother, Tammy, couldn't be prouder.
It was a really selfless act. I take a lot of pride in being that way myself. And to have my daughter following through and in my footsteps is fantastic.
She's definitely a giving child, and most people are pretty shocked that she was willing to forfeit her birthday presents to make somebody else feel better.
So where would a youngster who would otherwise probably be thinking about the latest app to download get the idea to do such an unselfish act? Tammy said it came from a field trip to a fire station Madison went on in the first grade when they were stationed in Alaska. During the visit, medics told her they had a special compartment in their ambulance filled with teddy bears to comfort children who might need to be transported. Recently, Madison went on a field trip to an island fire station and was suddenly filled with inspiration.
And that was the first thing that she asked the fire department was, "Where's your secret compartment?" And when they didn't have one, she came home that night and expressed to me that she was concerned. What if the kid had to be taken? They were going to be scared. What was going to happen?
At her birthday party, Madison received 25 stuffed animals, all of which were donated to the Navy Fire Station.
Thank you to everybody who donated to teddy bears and for coming to my party.
For her to do that at the age of 8, I can only imagine what she's going to accomplish from here.
Well, Dad, I think you'll be just as proud.
What do you hope to do when you grow up?
Probably help sick animals and be a veterinarian.
Okay, and get this, Madison says that she probably will do it again for her birthday next year. And she's also working with her Girl Scouts troops on a special project, so we'll keep you posted on that.
That is amazing. That is generosity, that is love, and that is wisdom beyond her years. It's certainly inspiring to all of us here at KUAM. Well done.
Stay tuned. Sports is coming next with Chris Burnett.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
Shell's Million Miles giveaway is back, and we're giving 100,000 United Mileage Plus miles to 10 lucky winners. So how do you make your getaway? Just use your Lucky 7 card when you fuel up with 7 gallons or more, and you're automatically entered to win. Fuel up at your nearest Shell station today and start planning your new adventure. No purchase necessary. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
The spring clearance event is on at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's a great time to save thousands on new Hyundais, like the 2016 Hyundai Accent, starting at $12,995 or as low as $79 per paycheck. The Accent gets 38 mpg on the highway, is USB and iPod compatible, and comes with a Bluetooth hands-free phone system. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with KUAM's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's Cars Plus spring clearance event going on now in Mighty. See our entire inventory online at carsplusguam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
In life, we all face different challenges.
Some make you stronger.
Others make you bolder and better. It's all about how you face your race.
The path you take and the steps you make.
Whether you sprint through life
or take a slower pace.
At the 2016 Guam International Marathon,
Whatever challenge you choose,
from start to finish,
it's a one big half-a-day experience.
take the GIM Challenge. Register today.
Tourism. It's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New games! New cousins! What's new? New awesomeness! Where a kid can't be a kid.
So what's the next one up? So it's just a Buick. Wow, that doesn't look like a Buick. So your dad let you borrow the...
Buick, Mr. Simmons. And it's got a 5-star overall safety rating.
I don't think that's what he's worried about. I bet you haven't seen anything like it.
It's a Buick.
I'm what you'd call an early adopter.
Visit AutoSpot Buick today for great offers. We are your Buick dealer of Guam.
Afade Guam, thanks for joining me on this Fiesta Friday. Big, huge show. It's so big. It's like Friday. So let's get right to it. Our Down Rent to Own Athlete of the Week. Let's go wrestling. Today here at beautiful Down Rent to Own in Denito for our Athlete of the Week presentation. And this week's Athlete of the Week, Danessa Perez of Tijan High School. Now, Danessa competed in the Land Down Under, New Zealand, Oceania Wrestling, where she took the gold medal, Brown. So, Danessa, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, she's also a blue belt under Carlson Gracie, Gabe Baker Jiu-Jitsu, so props on that. And we have my man Chris here from Dow Rent to Own with a special message for Athlete of the Week. Chris.
Congratulations, Danessa, on being Dow Rent to Own's Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate your check to?
I would like to donate this check to the graduating class of 2016, Tijan High School.
Seniors!
Seniors.
All right, so Danessa, going down to New Zealand, wrestling, getting that gold medal. Was this something that you trained for? Is this something you visualized, or did it take you by surprise?
No, I've trained for it. My coach, Nathan Tully and Maria Dunn, actually pushed me to do this. So shout outs to them.
Yeah, let me tell you, Maria Dunn, no joke. I've actually wrestled her before, so I know you got some Olympic quality instruction there. Getting that gold medal, Oceania, that's big. What's next for you?
I'm hoping to compete in the Junior World in September. Yes, in France.
Oh, there you go. Oui, Paris. So congratulations again, Danessa.
Thank you.
All right, you keep doing it big. You keep shining, girl. My name's Chris Barnett, and Danessa is our Dow Rent to Own Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
the Bud Light Guam Women's Tackle Football League kickoff this weekend with games Saturday and Sunday, 10:30 and 2:30 at the University of Guam Field. Now, League Public Relations Officer Vanessa Lasanco says it's not just the players that have worked hard to prepare for this season. It's the coaches, too.
The coaches that get involved, they really dedicate their time and energy to get these girls in shape, or at least to the physique they're trying to get. It's an outlet for them. They learn to get really serious about the sport as well as the season progresses towards the end.
And she definitely hit it hard right on the spot, as we wish our very own sports director, Dave Delgado, good luck this season. Now remember, last year he coached his Lady Falcons to a 3rd place finish. Now, the first game of this season is a rematch of last year's championship game with 4-time defending champs Team Legacy taking on last year's 2nd place finishers, the Lady Raiders, 10:30 Saturday at UOG. Guam's American Ninja Warrior, Billy Navarrete, is heading back to Mount Midoriyama. This after the Guam native, who competed in American Ninja Warrior Season 5, was called to compete in the A&W Regional Qualifiers next week in Los Angeles, California. Navarrete will compete against 150 other wannabe Ninja Warriors, and the top 30 finishers will make it to American Ninja Warrior Season 8. So Navarrete says he's ready to let his Guam flag fly high.
For Guam. I really look forward to representing well, and I want to make Guam proud.
Navarrete says the competition will be tough since LA is home to many stunt people and Ninja Warrior style obstacle gyms. So he's had to work hard and make the most of training on Guam when he can and where he can.
All over Guam, basically, Paseo, Marito Pier, Sigua Falls, just looking for different environments, different places to focus on my training on American Ninja Warrior obstacles. I just have to be very creative, basically.
The road to ANW began when Navarrete was young, watching Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and even Kung Fu movies inspired him to pursue breakdancing, capoeira, and parkour, even CrossFit, to help him become the complete athlete he needs to be to succeed on Mount Midoriyama.
They don't tell you what obstacles are going to be shown or what obstacles you're going to be doing. So you basically have to learn to adapt to any type of obstacle.
After his loss on season 5, Navarrete struggled with his confidence. Billy says he felt like a failure, but realized even through failure, lessons are learned. And now he's back, more fired up than ever to conquer his dreams. The kindergarten teacher from Upi Elementary trains not twice, not 3 times, but up to 5 times a day, even during recess and lunch, working to hone his skills. This humble man, this Guamerican Ninja Warrior, if you will, says he has more in mind than the mountain he must climb. He wants to show everyone they can shine.
Inspire others to make yourself stronger so you could pick other people up and help them. So that's one of the things that I really try to fulfill in terms of, making this dream come true so that I can inspire other people to make their dreams come true as well.
All right, and my man Billy would love to thank his sponsors, without whom this trip to American Ninja Warrior 8 wouldn't be possible. You know who you are. Remember, anything sports, hit up our sports director, Dave Delgado, on the EM. That show at KUAM.com, show without the W, but you know me. I hope you get that W. W for weekend, okay? Hey, my name is Chris. You keep on shining, Guam. Till next time, adios.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome.
We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
All right, everybody. Of course, we told you earlier in the broadcast that there is a weather watch on account of the dry weather, but tonight it will be partly cloudy with a slight chance of light showers. Winds blowing from the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows near 76. On Saturday, it will be partly cloudy with a slight chance of light showers. Once again, Sunday through Monday, partly sunny with isolated light showers once again.
All right, let's get to your birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Let's.
Shall we?
We shall. And right off the bat, happy birthday goes out to Gideon Cole Oyardo Jackson. Oh, delightful picture. Happy birthday to Gideon and your entire family.
Happy 17th birthday going out to Atisalu Han from Mom, Dad, Nana, and Papa Gavin and Amistad.
It's also a very happy birthday, and the family of April Danielle is celebrating right now. Awesome.
Happy 3rd birthday going out to Reem Riyadh Kitikwa. We love you, you beautiful baby.
And also happy birthday wishes go out to Albert Gay.
And happy birthday to Magdalena Marteja.
All right, everybody. You know what to do. You know where to go. And you know what to send us. If you don't, you can go to our website, find all the information there. Because we have a ice cream cake to give away. We do this every Friday, and we are going to do that right now. And this week's winner of a absolutely scrumptious Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake is Robert Leon Guerrero Tanayan. His birthday was yesterday, March 31st. A representative from the company. I'm not sure if that's KUAM or Cold Stone Creamery, but somebody's going to contact you. We just work here. You know, don't hate the messenger. But you are getting an ice cream cake. Make no mistake about that. Enjoy. Happy birthday once more.
And that's going to do it for us here on the news desk. Stay tuned. Up next is Fiesta Friday. Good night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
Hafa day, everybody. Welcome to Fiesta Friday. I'm Jason Salas, and we have a great show for you tonight. We're talking about all things that make Guam so very wonderful and what makes Guam a very diverse place to live. And we start off with news about the judiciary of Guam's newest court. Now, you may have seen a story. You probably streamed it on our YouTube channel earlier this week about the Guam Adult Re-Entry Court. And presiding Judge Alberto Lemarena is here, and we are talking about that very topic. Your Honor, welcome back.
Okay, thank you for inviting me, Jason.
Yeah, well, an honor to have your honor.
Okay. Thank you.
like playing around with like wordplay there, but
right.
You know, of course, you know, as I was saying, you know, we ran a story with this earlier in the week, and I remember the last time when we had you in studio is you were talking, as was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, about the recidivism rate on Guam and just making sure that once we hopefully rehabilitate people who find themselves incarcerated, that they wind up not going back and creating like a cycle and everything. So kind of like explain, if you can, the philosophy behind the court.
Okay, the philosophy behind this adult reentry court is the same philosophy we have in our other therapeutic courts, like the adult drug court, the family violence court, which I'm a big promoter of. The philosophy is to break the cycle of the person is in. Like in family violence court, it's a cycle of power and control over an individual. We try to break that, modify that behavior and break that behavior. For people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol, we try to break that cycle of addiction. Now, for the people in reentry court, we try to stop the revolving door to the Department of Corrections. The Department of Corrections gave us a statistic on the recidivism rate of people coming out of the Department of Corrections to parole, and 55% of the people in the first year come back to the criminal justice system. That's a pretty high rate.
That's alarming. I would even say 33% would be like cause for concern. That's roughly a third.
Yes, but
55%
is really very alarming.
That's practically the divorce rate in the country. You know, 1 out of every 2.
Yes, yeah, unfortunately.
Exactly.
But these are the people that, you know, we are very concerned about, because, you know, they're just in a cycle, a revolving door cycle. They come, they're released, they come in, they're released, they come in. And we're trying to break that cycle, and we're trying to find out why all these people keep coming back. So the adult reentry court is trying to address that problem. What we're trying to do is we're going to do a risk assessment need for all these individuals. We're going to assess why are they coming back to the criminal justice system? What makes them come back? So we're going to assess them to see what they need. Is it because of criminogenic risks? Or is it because of other factors? And so what we're gonna do is create an adult reentry court, and also to address to assess the risk assessments of all these individuals. What we're trying to target is the medium and high risk individuals, those people who are highly likely to come back to prison. And then we're trying to address their needs through find out what the criminogenic behavior is all about. We're trying to identify whether or not they have a high antisocial behavior as far as attitudes, high social anti-behavior as far as beliefs of what they believe, high social behavior as far as personality, and also who they associate with. Just Jason, a good example is, okay, we rent an apartment. People like you and me will say, well, I got to get a job to pay for that apartment, right? For a person who has these criminogenic tendencies, they'll get an apartment, but what do they think? Okay, how do I pay for an apartment? They don't think about getting a job. They think about, well, I'll sell some drugs, or I'll rob a grocery store, some people, or I'll burglarize a home.
Or borrow money from somebody and not pay them back.
And not pay them back. And so that's the way they think. What we're trying to do is modify that behavior, modify the criminogenic behavior. And hopefully through treatment, we'll respond to their needs so we can hopefully rehabilitate them and bring them back to our community.
Now, Your Honor, with this being a new court and a new program, are you basing a lot of what will go into the treatment on data collected from the mainland, like pertinent to that behavior, or are you basically like starting fresh and over the first, like, say a couple of years, you're actually going to build like a number of studies and everything and say, this is what we found already, and we can structure our program like this?
I'm a firm believer that you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it's there. There are about 20 or 30 reentry courts in the United States. It's a very small number. In fact, Guam is one of the first, and I think the person that Crystal talked to last night, Guam is the first jurisdiction of our size to have a reentry court. So it's a very exciting, moment for the judiciary of Guam, because it shows that the Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice and Assistance believes in the confidence of the judiciary of Guam to implement these programs. These three experts came to Guam because they're experts on reentry courts, and they're helping us plan a planning and implementation guide so that we can establish this court here in Guam. So they were here for 4 days. They met with everybody, all the stakeholders from all the government of Guam agencies, all three branches of government, all non-government organizations, private faith-based organizations, private sector, to get an idea what we have here. And their overall impression, as Crystal's interview last night, is that they were very impressed with the amount of resources that we have here. All they have to identify now is to see where we can enhance or maximize the resources that we have now, or identify where we have to fill in the gaps.
Well, I would say as we head into commercial break, like this is a new endeavor for the judiciary, and as it makes positive steps, we'll be there every step of the way, because we want to see, what comes out of this, because it's a very positive step.
I hope we will succeed, and we're very excited about it.
Well, congratulations, and we'll be talking to you about this some more.
Thank you, Jason. You have a good weekend.
Thank you. Okay. Please stay tuned, everybody. There is more show coming up. Fiesta Friday continues right after this.
Hurry in to the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. We've dropped our prices on our most popular smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, starting at $49. Save up to $300 on the S6 Edge Plus and Galaxy Note 5. Or get the Galaxy S6 starting at free. But that's not all. Find more amazing deals on your favorite devices at the GTA Smartphone Super Sale event. Check us out before it's too late. GTA, your island, your network.
You know the rules. Eggs and sausage, hotcakes and butter. Morning fare, right? Well, McDonald's has thrown away those rules and opened a new world of possibilities. Now you're free to start enjoying the breakfast you love anytime you wish. No way. Yes way. Introducing McDonald's new all-day breakfast menu. Once you changed how you ate breakfast. It's time to start changing when.
Hafaday, the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association, is celebrating its annual Charity Ball Fund Drive at the Hyatt Regency Guam Grand Ballroom on Saturday, April 23, 2016. This year's theme is Action Meets Compassion, Changing Lives. Please join us and help us raise funds to create an environment for healing and recovery for every patient.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, we are continuing our discussion last week with the lovely ladies from Remax Diamond Realty Guam. Gina and Liz are here. You're normally seated on the other way, but
Yeah, Liz makes me move around.
we
swap out.
a little change is good.
She likes change.
Yeah. Now, Gina, of course, you were sharing the very, very honest story. And again, thank you for your candor last week. You were telling us about how your mom left us, and basically she left you with somewhat of an obligation because the property was not deeded between you and your siblings.
She didn't take any of my advice.
Mhm. So we're actually going to continue that conversation now because
Yeah.
it did elicit like a lot of really good feedback, and a lot of people were saying,
Yeah.
I had no idea,
Mhm.
or I just didn't know that, like the cost as well as the
Yeah.
emotional burden.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for us it was more the emotional burden. We knew we had everything done. It was getting that settled, and then what do you do to move forward? But I wanted to share it because here we are giving advice every week, or trying to, and I couldn't even get my own family to listen to the advice. It's a difficult decision. But for those who can embrace the concept that this is probably better if you make the decision and you get all the paperwork done for your children or your family, for those who are willing to take that step, we kind of want it to go into, so then what? What do you do? What do you honestly do once you are willing to make that decision?
And that's where we left off last time, because you said, just to recap, you and your brothers and sisters, you said in a matter of 10 minutes, you very amicably and in a very civil fashion, you figured out what you were going to do.
Well, we figured out what we were going to do, but in terms of the paperwork end of it, we're going to be stuck going through probate. We elected to have give it to my oldest brother. He's the oldest boy, so it went to him. We decided to follow tradition. So it was easy. But what if a parent right now has listened to that program and says, you know what, my kids are right. I do need to make the decision instead of leaving the burden to the children. What if they end up fighting? What if they don't get along? What are they going to do?
Now, to be completely frank, Liz, I know, and you've told me this on and off camera, this is Guam. It's, we're a very family-oriented community, but also like drama can ensue sometimes, and siblings who get along all their lives and everything like that. When you involve money and you involve property, sometimes squabbles can start. And you said that actually happens quite often.
It happens quite often, and we see it. Usually when we get listings, sometimes they say, well, we want to list property, but our sibling does not want to sell and we want to sell. So, they come for advice. How, of course, again, we're not attorneys, we're not CPAs, but we relate some of the experiences, we've gone through. And I mean, I've even heard a story where this woman decided to give her property to her son, and with the hopes that he would take care of her. So she deeded it to him, and then, and this happened in Hawaii. And then what happened was he actually moved her into an old folks home, and then he sold the house. So of course, I'm sure she wasn't happy with that. But here we've had families, individuals that would actually do a life estate. And what they've done is they would deed it to a child or a couple of the children. And then it's a life estate, meaning that the parent would live there until they pass on. And then the property will revert to the children. So at least there's a chain of ownership, versus if something happened to that parent, then it'll go to probate. But in a life estate, what happens is it's given to someone, they own it, but not until the person passes. So Gina and I were just talking, there have been a number of different ways to pass property on to your heirs. Of course, the parent will have to decide depending on the number of children they have. Sometimes they may want to have a discussion with the family to make that decision. Sometimes as a parent, we decide what we want. We always ask, what's the intent? I had a family that came in, and 6 of the children, mother wanted to deed the property to the 6 kids, and she's elderly. And my question was, what is your intent? What do you want to happen? And she wanted all 6 of them to have the property. But of course, not all 6 of them can occupy the home.
Yeah.
So then I said, okay, if the intent is for all 6, does that mean that the intent is for them to sell it and then the proceeds divided? So those are questions that have to be raised through this process.
And that's when it gets tricky. So
Yes.
maybe Gina, can you roadmap this for us? Where do you and your siblings go from here? And as far as a timetable, what are you looking at in terms of months? Hopefully not years.
Well, yes, years.
Mm.
You know, for us, it's too late because my mom left without making that decision. So for us, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, if my brother wanted to, or we can help him, but we have to put money together, get an attorney, and take the property to probate so the court can pass the title to the heirs. And because we all agree it goes to one person, then it'll be easy for the court. We still all have to show up at court and agree that it goes to my brother. So if he wanted to do that, then he could put the money together. I estimate it's like $3,000 to $5,000. It really depends on the value of the property. But for families who want to make that decision now, what they could do is if they've got a lawyer that they know that they want to go talk to, you go to that lawyer and you say, hey, here's what I'm thinking of doing. I want to give it to this child or that child or all the children. And can you help me do the paperwork? And your attorney will help you do the paperwork. And then you go and record it. It's important that if you've made the decision, record it. Don't go without recording the document. It's not going to help anybody. Or if you don't want to go that route, you don't know of an attorney, then I would recommend you go to one of the 3 local escrow companies here, Title Guarantee, Security Title, Pacific American. You go in there and you talk to an escrow person and you say, here's what my intentions are. What do I do? And they'll contact their attorney to prepare the documents for you. And they'll get it recorded for you. And you pay a fee. You'll pay a fee to your attorney. You pay a fee to the escrow company. But at least you'll get, that's the advice I can give. If you want to make the decision, those are the 2 places I would say go seek help from them.
And again, you were saying like not only the time, but as far as the dollar amount involved with this, it would have been only a few $100s to do the filing fees and the administrative cost versus
probate.
Several thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Okay, well, we do appreciate it
Absolutely.
once again. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. We will be back right after this.
When your favorite KFC chicken meets your favorite potato chip, you'll get chicken like you've never had before. Introducing KFC's Crispy Potato Chip Chicken, made with real potato chips. A combination of 2 favorites that tastes great together. Try it today. KFC's Crispy Potato Chip Chicken. It's finger licking good.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Welcome back, everybody. Fiesta Friday continues, and we have wonderful news for you about a fantastic event that's coming up. The Valley of the Lati River Festival is taking place this weekend, and we have Mayor Doris Lujan over there. Mayor, Hafaday and welcome.
Hafaday, buenas.
All right, and the very lovely Hannah Kloppenberg. Hafaday.
Hafaday, thank you for having us.
Okay, so I want to hear all about the Valley of the Lati. That word has been, and that phrase, I should say, and we'll start with you, has been thrown around a lot these days. People are saying it's the most wonderful event. There's really, really cool things happening in that part of the island. Tell us all about it.
Well, we wanted to do something different because, you know, Tumon, all our festivals capitalize in Tumon. And yes, Tumon's beautiful, but there's all the rest of the island that people need to see. So we wanted to have something cool down there to bring people down. That being said, we just recently rebranded. We were originally just the Jungle Riverboat Cruise. We are now the Valley of the Latte. We had added new components down, and so we started this idea of having this festival. We invited down some vendors, and it turned into a huge thing. We got over 50 vendors now.
Wow.
And yes, it's very big. And so we are selling tickets at the door too, in case you need it. But we have farmers, we have crafts, we have art, we have schools, we have education in terms of soil erosion. USDA has a booth, and we're just inviting everyone down.
The erosion thing is very, very key, especially for those of us who remember the river cruise and the way like it used to be, and just the effects of Mother Nature and erosion today. So that's going to be a wonderful thing. So I must ask, as the mayor and as the leader of the beautiful municipality down there and everything like that, how does the village come together and celebrate events like this?
Well, I'm encouraging the island community and also the village, the residents of Inarahan to come down. This is going to be a very exciting weekend. The Talofofo Mayor, Mayor Taidagli, and I are hosting this event, and we also want to thank the sponsors, the Kloppenberg Enterprise, Ambrose, Laddie of the Valley Adventure Park, GVB at Takachi and Associates, and Foodies. And this is actually something that we want to introduce the community, the valley to the local community. And it's also we're encouraging all the farmers and especially the southern schools to bring their artisans down and showcase their our culture down there. The valley is so beautiful. That's the natural beauty of Guam. Let me tell you, that's to me it's better than it's beautiful down there. Tumon is beautiful, but that's where the natural beauty is.
Mm-hmm. Now, the trip itself, and we call it like a trip. It's like a 25-minute drive if you're coming from Tamuning, or it's a great time for families to get together, for friends to all carpool and go down and everything like that. But when they go there, it's a known fact that the good people of Inarahan throw a fantastic party, and they're incredible hosts, and they're very, very gracious and everything. Combining that, Anna, with your events and everything like that, what's the experience going to be like for people that may, our friends in the military who maybe just, they just came here, or, there's maybe federal contractors, as well as like locals that have made this their home for years and years?
Well, we're hoping to make the experience great for everybody, whether you're a resident, whether you're in tourism, military, child, adult, it doesn't matter. We have a little bit of something for everybody. And we have carabao rides for the kids. We have this really cool little petting zoo with a baby goat named Coco. She's about yay big, very cute. And we will have paddle boarding, kayaking, fishing in the tilapia ponds that are there in technically Inarahan, even though everyone says it's Telefofo.
That's fun.
Because the river actually separates the two villages. So our dock side is in the beautiful village of Telefofo, but our demonstration of the Laddie actually sits in the beautiful village of Inarahan.
And speaking of Telefofo, Mr. Mayor is off camera right now. You can't see him, but he's sitting there smiling right now because his Banat Festival is coming up. So Mr. Mayor will have some information to pass along to the community for that. But this is a wonderful thing to do, of course. How much money should I bring down? Do I have to take out like...
Bring all of it. We encourage you to bring all of it. But no, in all honesty, the ticket is $20 for adults. Manumku is free, 65 and older is free, and children below 11 are free. Children over 11 that are still students, including college students, are only $10. But the ticket is good for both days. And if you did not purchase one prior, don't worry about it. We have tickets for sale at the door.
Now, if there are any vendors that are watching this right now and they're like, or, somebody's a crafts person and they said, I would really love to get in on that. And do you have any
Actually,
we are fully booked.
Actually, we have a representative from Inarahan, Mr. Frank St. Nicholas. He's a weaver, and he's going to he'll be bringing down his products, and we'll be selling it to the visitors that come there tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
It's from 11 to 5, and also bus shuttles, right?
Yes, we'll have a shuttle bus every 15 minutes from Ipan Public Beach over to our river site. And we do have security on site, so you don't have to worry about leaving your car behind, because I know that might be a concern for some people.
Very nice. You guys have basically thought of every single thing. So we've got the modern attractions, the modern amenities, plus good old-fashioned Southern hospitality.
And then this is also a benefit event. 5% of our proceeds from this event will be donated back to the Inarajan and Telefofu mayor's offices.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Well, the people, trust me when I say the people on the island who are most excited to be down there all work at KUAM because we can't wait to bring our cameras down. We're going to put it on Snapchat. We're going to put it on the air. We're going to do like live broadcasts. We can't wait for it.
That's great. That's what we want. And also, we also teamed up with Peggy Denny and the iRecycle Foundation. So our food vendors are going green. We are anti-styrofoam, and all the recyclables that she'll be taking and recycling will be donated. The proceeds will be donated to the schools.
Just eat with your hands, everybody. It's good food. You can like lick your fingers.
You can eat with your hands, but you still need something to put it on so that you can eat with your hands.
That's true. You'll probably see some of us at KUM like being very creative in that regard, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Well, thank you. Thank you both very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Please stay tuned because we are back right after this.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Weaving,